At Berry Network, we're highly focused on helping national brands thrive in local markets. And with the rise of the always addressable consumer who's on more devices, in more locations, more hours of the day, planning local media campaigns in a cross-channel fashion has never been more challenging, nor has it been more critical to your success. Consider this recent study from Forrester, which suggests that for the first time, all online sources have surpassed offline sources in their influence and frequency of reference by consumers when shopping for products and services. In fact, the study suggests that 82% of adults now research for products and services online. 54% research exclusively online. So while this is a dynamically evolving space, one thing hasn't changed. The number one way those consumers intend to buy the products and services they're researching online is offline in a local store or through a phone call to a local business. And as local search query volume continues to rise, this dynamic is only going to intensify. So it's critical to take localization into account in all digital media campaigns. Evidence of consumer behavior can be seen in this study from ComScore, which spans all forms of local search, be it online portals like Google, Yahoo, and Bing, local search portals like Foursquare and Google Plus Local, and internet yellow page sites like yellowpages.com and Yelp. The study says that regardless of channel, consumers cite the number one reason they select a business online is the location of that business. Location trumps brand familiarity, position of the ad on the page, and ratings and reviews. So why might that be? It's because consumers are intending to purchase these goods and services they're looking for on these portals offline in a local store. So location is king so that they can fit that purchase into their busy days. The same dynamic holds true for mobile. This is a study from YP's mobile ad network that examines 1.5 billion geo-targeted mobile ad impressions. And the findings are conclusive. The closer an ad is served to a business, the higher the click-through and engagement rates. So let me ask you a question. If across all search channels and mobile channels, proximity is what drives double and even triple-digit increases in performance, why aren't more brands leveraging the power of proximity in their advertising? The short answer to that question can be seen in this study from the CMO's Council that was completed with 300 top national brands just earlier this year. And what it suggests is that 59% of brands actually view local advertising initiatives as imperative to their growth and profitability. Another 25% see that it's vitally important for their in-market success. Yet, only 7% of those same respondents had highly evolved local campaigns that could be tracked and maximize consumers' interest in local markets. And why is that? Well, brands cite a couple of really compelling reasons. One, it's the lack of resources they need to localize content across hundreds of locations across the country. It can be limited budgets to regionalize campaigns, or they're unable to economically localize digital media campaigns across 8 to 10 channels. Also, they lack in-market intelligence to understand how consumer behavior differs in terms of the devices that they utilize and how they shop for goods and services. Yet, despite these challenges, 91% of brands in the survey suggest that they're going to spend more on localized marketing in 2013 because they recognize its importance. So that's where we come in. We complement national advertising campaigns with highly localized and highly effective local campaigns that drive demand for your national brand. Once we precisely target the geographic sweet spot around your locations, we help you own your neighborhoods of greatest opportunities. And we can precisely deploy campaigns across local SEM, SEO, online and mobile display, and we manage your local listings and content across leading online properties to maximize your opportunities and minimize impression waste. Let me show you an example of what this looks like in practice. Traditional marketing and advertiser targeting starts at the DMA or the market level. And DMAs and markets are huge geographies. Then within those geographies, consumers are targeted either based on their audience, demographic, or psychographic attributes, with the outcome trying to find consumers who are most likely to buy. So our Apogee Media Planning System actually makes your individual locations the focal points for planning. We pull in sales data in the market to understand where consumers are coming from to those locations today. And then we apply multiple data filters to understand where 80% of the volume that you receive on a regular basis comes from and what those audiences look like so that we can target them in a cross-channel fashion so you can own your neighborhoods of greatest opportunity on every channel consumers use to shop. Of course, localization is more than just geo-targeting. We utilize local inventory sources across all channels to ensure that the sites your ads are placed on align with local consumers' interest and shopping behavior. And these sites are proven to increase click-through and engagement rates. We also pinpoint local audiences around each of your locations, and that's critical because audiences vary both in their demographic and psychographic composition, but also in their device usage. We use sophisticated tools to identify your competitive set in each market, not just who's publishing their ads where, but also the intensity of which they're buying, their bid pricing, as well as their share of traffic in local markets. And finally, we deploy local creative treatments. And those are critical because you can't wait until after an ad has been clicked upon to let its consumer know that you're local to the market. So that message needs to be communicated up front in the ad copy. Finally, we utilize local content. So after the consumer has engaged with your ad, they have all the pertinent information, be it maps, hours of operation, and payment types, to complete a transaction locally. So if you're a national brand that's struggling to be on all the channels and devices that you need to and reach consumers in a compelling fashion in local markets, contact Berry Network, your hyperlocal demand generation experts.
Berry Network, helping national brands thrive in local markets.